JJ Roberts United Methodist School. Yeah, I've been here almost all my life.
Hmm. Now, you said you went to the Gigi Roberts Methodist School.
Yes.
Okay. Which year?
From 20, 2010, 2011 to 2016.
Okay. I'm sure you graduated from the university, or you still there?
I'm still in
Okay. What are you doing?
I'm doing business administration and management.
Okay. Business administration and management. Now, you thought to, you've, we understand that you've written 6 books, isn't so? Now, first, before going into the books and some of the contents, the messages, first tell us, how did you get the inspiration?
Okay, I like to say that I got the inspiration in 2 ways. The first one, I got it from my father, who is from Maryland. He always loved to write, Mr. St. Hills Jr. the late.
Okay, yeah, you said it.
Yeah, I found a big notebook full of a story that he wrote and finished, but he never published. And I think I was 12 years old and I read it from start to end, and I was inspired. And then when I was 13, I read a book that I wasn't satisfied with the ending. So I changed the ending and I was like, okay, so if I can do this, I can write my own stories.
Hmm.
Yeah.
Now, so just reading a book written by your father, your late father, the inspiration grew.
Yes.
Hmm. What was that book?
The book from my father.
Hmm.
I can't remember the title because he never published.
Okay.
Yeah,
But you read
wrote
it.
down. Yes.
Now, what was he trying to portray? What message was he trying to get out?
It was fiction.
Okay.
It was fiction, and I think it was based on his life. Yeah, but it was fiction.
Hmm.
I
And so
only
you-
remember bits and pieces, so
Okay.
I can't. Yeah.
And so you read the book from start to end.
Yes.
Do you remember the pages?
No, but I can guess. It was a lot. Like a big comic book this size, like the red and black notebook that's around the country, that size.
Hmm.
Yeah.
And so you took time off to read the entire book.
Yeah. I think I finished it in a year. I was small, so.
Can you imagine? Now, how are you? You know, I want to ask a question. What sort of energy? You have so much that you have to sit for hours almost or to just go through reading a book that you built your inspiration from.
Well, during my childhood, I was a very quiet child. I think up to now I'm still a quiet adult, but I'm trying. I had a lot of free time on my hands, and there was just this thing. I don't know if I was born with it because both my parents are readers and writers. So I think I
Both your
inherited,
parents?
yes, I inherited both of that from both of them. So I had a lot of free time on my hands, and most of my free time was spent reading. I like there's this funny thing I did in high school. All through, I would go to school really early and spend my money, my lunch money on books. There was this guy, he would come with this big wheelbarrow of books. He'd be there like 7 o'clock, 8 o'clock, and I would spend all of my money and buy books, and I would eat. I would just eat words all through the school hours and go home and then eat. Yeah, reading has always been a part of my life.
Wow. Okay. Reading has been always part of my life. I'm so inspired listening to you, a very young female author. Now, tell us about the state of mind you found yourself in when you wrote the first book.
Okay. The first book, the main theme is basketball in high school. So
The
I
theme of the
wrote
book?
the theme, yeah, one of the two of the teams.
Okay.
Basketball in high school,
Okay.
teenagers stuff. So I was in 10th grade, I think, yeah, and I first started writing on a writing app called Wattpad. I think a lot of Liberian readers know about it. It was there. It was a pastime for me because after digesting all of the books I read, I was like, I want to write my own stuff. So most of the content in the book are from high school experiences, not necessarily mine. I had a lot of extroverted friends because I was mostly always by myself, but for some reason they used to like me a lot. So they would take me everywhere they're going. I would see their experiences, what they like to do, I had a lot of guy friends who loved to play basketball.
Mm.
So they would carry me to the gym and then give me their book bags, give me their copy books to hold, and I would just sit there and watch the game. That's where my love for the game developed. So I would sit there and just record all of it in my brain and be like, oh, okay, so this is happening and this is happening. Yeah, and then I had girlfriends who like to go out, who like to meet boys. Yeah, I got all of their experiences and just compiled it and put it into a book.
Hmm.
Mm.
So that was the first book you wrote.
Yes.
You said the theme of the book again?
It's about basketball, high school, it's about teenage pregnancy. Yeah, all of that.
Okay, now let's talk about the content of that book. I'm quite impressed and interested in the topic that you covered. What was the message, or what was you trying to paint about, experiences in playing basketball or whatever it is?
Okay, so I was firstly trying to encourage passion in young people. So both of the characters in my book are very passionate about basketball, especially when they are at a tender age, 17, 16.
Mm.
So the characters have this passion when it comes to basketball, and they push for it again, no matter what their obstacles were, everything that
challenges
came
were.
against them. Yes, they focus on that. So I was trying to communicate that if you have a passion, I think you should go after it, and not let anybody else dictate what you should be passionate about.
Mm.
And then the teenage pregnancy, heard stories. I've noticed that a lot of young girls were getting pregnant in my high school time.
Mm.
And I talked to a few of them, and they were like, oh, they couldn't talk to their moms, couldn't talk to their parents about what was going on. And when they finally got pregnant, they didn't know how to handle that information. So some of them went to do illegal abortions, some of them went on to do things that weren't safe. So in my book, I encourage young girls to talk to their mom. My main character talked to her mom about it. I encouraged a mother-daughter relationship that they could talk about anything, to get out to Liberian young girls that it doesn't matter what it is, whether you think your mom or dad will kill you or not, you should still tell them because they're adults and they are able to tell you the right thing to do. Yeah.
Mm. So, in another words, you are telling them to erase the fear.
Yes.
If they maybe got pregnant, they should erase the fear and open up to their parents.
Yes.
Hmm. Wow. Now, you said that was happening during your days in school. Can you remember how many of your colleagues were found in that situation?
I don't remember any of my colleagues. I remember girls in younger grades, like 8th grade, 7th grade, 6th grade, coming to school and just see the big belly in front of them. And I'll be like, how old is this child? I'm like, oh, she's 13 or 14. Like, how? But no, I don't remember any of my colleagues.
Okay, now, so when you had the opportunity to speak with them, because like you said, you spoke with them,
Yeah.
hearing from them regarding their stories, what did they say to you that were somehow responsible, the factors responsible that led them into the teenage pregnancy?
Okay, well, I think one girl told me that it was peer pressure. Yeah, she started experiencing life at a very young age. Her friends were already out there. They were going to clubs, they were going to parties, and she just followed them and she started trying stuff. I remember a few meters away from our school, they used to have this weed shop. Girls would go there and smoke, girls would go there and drink. Like she said, she followed her friends and then she started meeting boys, and then she met this particular boy who she liked, and she had sex with him because he pressured her into it.
Mm.
Yeah.
And do you see that, still happening? Because I know you are also speak with a lot of young people in your age. Do you see the, female pregnancy, especially teenage pregnancy, still on the rise? Do you see that happening?
Yeah, it's still happening, especially in high school.
So you expect more young people in your age and below your age to read the book so that at least they can build that courage to be able to explain to their parents.
Yes, I really hope I can get to that particular demographic and share with them what I think they should do.
Okay, let's talk about the second book.
Okay.
So first, before going to the second book, which year or month did you write the first book?
The funny thing is, the first book was written after the second book.
Oh.
Yeah.
So how did it happen?
It happens, so the story is about a girl losing her memory.
Mm.
So I wrote the first book, the second book first. I wrote it. It started after she lost her memory and finding her way back to the memories that she lost. But then I was like, I want to write the backstory behind how she lost them before she lost her memory. So I decided to write the first book when she was in high school.
Okay. So, which year was that?
I wrote this book 2018, 2017.
Okay. Now, how long does it take you, Andy, to pen down or do sort of ideas and compile them into the book form?
Hmm. Okay. So the 2018 and 2017 year that I just gave was when I professionally published these books. These books have been in the drafts since 2014, 2013. Writers are very they are procrastinators. Yeah, sometimes
delay
the
a lot.
story sometimes the story is not making sense. So we put it down, go back to other things, and come back to it. Yeah. So for me it takes 3 years. If
3 years.
if I'm trying to get it out as much as possible, I can write a book in a year. Yeah.
So your
but this
first book was written after 3 years?
Yeah,
The second, likewise?
1 year.
1 year. Now tell us why the first 3 years and the second 1 year.
The first was 3 years because in those 3 years I was an amateur. I didn't have any teaching. I didn't have any person behind me. I was just on my own. And back then I felt like the only Liberian author. So I didn't have any peers to encourage me. In 2016,
Well, I'm sure you've been encouraged by your parents. Or they were not.
if they weren't sure whether I was writing or not, I
Okay.
don't think I
You
told
didn't
them
tell
at
them.
that time. Yeah.
Okay, so you did that in hide it.
So in 2016, on the app I mentioned, Wattpad, a publisher reached out to me. He was at that time a founder of a writing community on WhatsApp.
Mm.
So he reached out to me. He's a Nigerian. He was like, "We really want you to join our community so you can grow as a writer." So I was like, "Okay, let me try." So when I joined, we were like 50, 100 writers in one place, and every day people would teach us stuff. Every day people would teach us about writing and this and this, and I eventually grew to be a teacher in that community. Yeah, so I started having people follow me, people pressuring me. They were like, "How do you do it? How do you write?" So in order to keep giving out advice, I had to hone my writing skills. So I was able to write the first book in a year because of everything I learned from that community.
Okay. And so the first book was called?
The first book is Memories Lost, Beginning of the End.
Okay, fine. Let's talk about Memories Lost. What was the message? What, you know, was it that you thought people needed to know when they're writing, or the message they needed to carry?
I'm sorry, I don't understand.
What was the message in that Memories Lost? What is it that you wanted people to read about and learn something about?
Well, like I said before, passion, teenage pregnancy, the message about teenage pregnancy, following your passion, having a better relationship with your parents, having friends also that will help you in any stage of life that you are. It's mostly just a nicely wrapped fiction package.
Okay, okay, that was the message there. Having a good relationship with the parents, making sure that if you are faced with a situation, you let your parents know. You don't hide it and hide it from the parents, because they need to give you guidance as well.
Yes.
Okay, and the other message was that people should follow their passion. Okay, so whatever you see yourself that you want to do or you are good at doing, you follow that passion. Okay, that was a very good message. Now let's hear from you. Back home, is it one of your book? One of the books you wrote?
Book.
The second book. Back home, what's the message there?
The message is really about love and friendship, because in this book, that's when she lost her memory. So because of what happened in the first book, when she had an accident, and I should not be giving out spoilers, but in the second book, it was her finding her way back to her friends from high school, her family, and particularly the love of her life in the first book.
It seems that if I got it right, you captured a character, and you started from the downside of the character up to. Okay, so who's the character in all what you were written about? Who's that person?
The fictional person.
Okay.
Yeah, okay. The fictional person is Simone Simpson. There's no particular real person that I wrote. There are just different facets of different people that I just put together.
Okay. Now, so in the book back home, how did she in your book you've written? How did she arrive at the point of being back home?
It was a process. It was a hard process because her family decided to hide certain things from her based on what happened in the first book. So it took a lot of sneaking, especially on the part of the other male character. He They met in places where he would tell her what happened, remind her of stuff that happened to her. Yeah, basically.
Hmm. Okay, so you wrote the books, Memories Lost, so back home, and again, which one?
Insomnia. That's the next book.
Okay, tell us about that.
Okay. So insomnia themes, cooking, abortion, illegal abortion, childhood trauma. Yeah, basically those are the three major themes.
Were you still trying to parade the character?
Parade?
Were you still trying to write about the character you were talking about?
No, no, no.
Okay,
This is a
so
different book.
this is a different book. Okay, now, so in that book, you talk about, again,
Insomnia.
insomnia. What is it? Is someone listening to you? What do you mean?
Insomnia is it's not a disease. It's when somebody cannot sleep. It keeps you from sleeping. It's a problem.
It's a
Yeah,
problem.
when you can't sleep well at night.
Is it a medical problem?
Sometimes, sometimes it's really chronic.
Okay,
Yeah.
so you are trying to capture for us what happens when somebody, why people don't sleep at night. Is
Yeah.
it a message you were trying to?
Some of it.
Okay. Now, so in that book that you made reference to, Insomnia, what was the again? Because I'm still trying to figure out the message,
Okay.
the lessons that you want us to learn from that, or the understanding you want us to have when we read the book. What's that understanding? Simply, if we were to put it.
Okay. The understanding is to try to avoid. Um, okay, let me put it like this. Um, in this particular book, the parent was at fault and not the child. So
Okay.
she actually found the courage to tell her mom about what's going on with her when she got pregnant, and the mom was the person who took her to get an abortion, an illegal abortion. So because of the process, it wasn't done right. It gave her trauma throughout her life. So those traumas turned into nightmares that caused her to not sleep.
Okay, you
Yes.
said that it was the parents who got her into the situation she found herself in, right? What did the parents do?
After that happened, she cut up all communication with her mom for like 6 years. So the parents tried to reach out, of course, but because of how traumatized she was, she tried not to speak to the parent about it until she was sure she could handle being in the presence of that parent.
No, you said something initially that it was the parents responsible for what she went through, right?
She took her to the abortion center. So
Okay.
basically,
Okay, so she got pregnant in the book Insomnia, right?
Yes.
She got pregnant, and unfortunately, she told the parents, right?
yes,
Okay, and the parents then encouraged her to go and do abortion.
took her.
Okay, so the parents, yes, indeed, I agree with you. They were responsible, but they're too right as to how she, got the pregnancy.
A little bit, yeah. The book doesn't start when she's that young, so there are flashbacks throughout the book.
Okay, there were flashbacks. Now, after the parents took her to do the abortion, according to the story, and she did, so she decided to disconnect herself, from the parents, right? Because she was not happy with them.
Yeah.
So what happens to her at the end of the day?
At the end of the day, she tries to mend the relationship with her mom.
With her mom.
Yeah, based on what she learns from the other male character, the other main character, who also had problems with his parents. So both of them decided they should work on their childhood traumas and try to reach out to their parents and mend family relationship.
Now, did you consider, Andy, that people go through the process of not sleeping, in totality, not sleeping well, not only when a lady or a female is pregnant? Did you consider that there are other factors responsible for that?
Of
Did you
course.
name some of them in the book?
No,
Okay, you didn't
it
do it.
was on that particular.
Okay, it was on that particular situation that you wrote about insomnia. Okay, that's good. And so after which book next?
It's called Color Me Intrigued.
Color Me
Intrigued.
Intrigue.
Yes.
What is that?
Uh, that was a book I wrote for fun, basically. The themes in that one are also family relationships. Yeah, family relationship. Yeah.
You seem family relationship. Okay, before I ask that question, what was it that you were trying to paint out in that family relationship?
Um. Okay. So there are a lot of dysfunctional families in our country.
Okay.
And so once I notice things, I don't really know a lot about other people's families. Or once I notice things, I'm like, okay, let me write about this. I want to write about this. I want to see how I can make this pan out. So in that particular book, the they're twins, but one of them is the main character, and they also had a problem with their parents. So in that book, their father died in a fire, and the book is mostly text messages. So it's a fun book that I wrote, but it also has some lessons.
Okay, now that you've told us about the 6 books you've written and the message, the lessons that people read the book and they gather from there, tell us about the processing of the books. I know bulk of the ideas are generated, from you, and you pen down the ideas to compare them. But tell us how the process beginning and the process closing up. That is take into consideration the editing and all of that. Tell us about the process that you go through.
The process is chaotic.
Chaotic.
Yeah. I I'm not one of the writers who do first draft, second draft, third draft. I don't have the patience. So I'm also an editor, and I'm an editor. My books are written and edited at the same time. It's not a good thing to do. I'm sending this message to budding writers. It's not a good thing to do, but because I'm so used to it, that's what I do. So my books are written, and then I go over them. I read them all the time. I think that also stops me from completing the book because I always want to stay inside the story so that I can communicate with my readers better. So it takes a while. Sometimes the story gets stuck. Sometimes it's hard to get into the minds of the characters, and that's something I always try to do. I try to get into their minds. I try to like feel what they feel. So
Okay.
when I can't feel that, I don't write. So sometimes that's why it takes so long to write. The beginning process is really easy because that's when the ideas come, and I hurry to write it down as soon as possible. It's the middle and the end that's the problem. The middle, it's easy to because that's when the climax is happening. That's when you're building up to something that you want the readers to know. But at the end, it's kind of hard to end it because they're like, how do I do this? Do I do it happily ever after? Do I do it in a way that encourages people that life is a journey? Do I do it? So it's a whole chaotic process.
No, look, going through the chaos, Andy. Again, what position you often find yourself in, especially how does the idea flow? In another word,
How?
you sleeping, or you maybe you sitting with friends, or maybe you in a gathering, or maybe you sitting there alone. How does the idea flow? In what position you find yourself off in?
In any position. When I'm in a taxi going somewhere and I look out the window, I get a story idea. Right now, as I'm sitting here, I have a story idea. When I was walking in here, I got a story idea.
Can you
based on
imagine
my
that? I hope you
surroundings.
don't write about our entity, please. I hope you don't do that.
Oh no, I have plans.
Okay, okay, that's good. So you have these story ideas, and they come up anytime.
Yes.
Maybe in a taxi, or maybe you sleeping, but often, what's the specific moment? What's the me moment that you find yourself in, and the ideas just flow? Because I know taxi you may be distracted, or gathering you may be distracted, but What position do you find yourself in often?
Okay, like when I want to let my readers know certain things, I try to put those ideas together to form one. So, like we discussed before, the themes and the message I'm trying to give out to my readers, based on what I'm trying to give out, based on what I'm trying to communicate to them, I try to sit down and pen down all of the ideas that I got, and then sift through them and see if I can put most of them together into one story idea that will give out the right message to my readers.
Did I hear you say that you are your own editor?
Sometimes.
Sometimes. But you got your mom, who you said, who is part of your, is one of your inspirational figure. Does she look into your work and maybe help you to correct some of the things that are there?
Yes,
She does that. And do you, you say you don't have an editor at all?
I do.
You do have?
Yes.
Who's the editor?
I have two editors that I work with, and both of them are not here. They're Nigerians.
Okay, they're Nigerians.
Yeah.
They're out of the country.
Yes.
So when you pen down the ideas, what time or what process, at which you send the work to them to do the editing?
When I'm done writing the book, I send it, and then we start to have a back-to-back conversations, because sometimes editors want to change your work.
Okay.
They want to change it based on how they feel the readers will receive it better. So they try to change it. So it's a back and forth thing. It's a fight basically, because I want to change it. I want to change this to this, and I'll be like, no, this is what I want to communicate. So
It's not a physical fight, though. I know. Okay, I see. But you insist that this is what you want.
yeah, sometimes they get their way, so it takes like a month or two to edit. Yeah.
So, are there instances where they they overpower you? In another word, they're doing the fight,
Yeah.
and they chose what they want.
Yeah. Sometimes their ideas make more sense.
Okay. So, are they on salaries, or are you paying them or what?
No, we're
Okay.
all colleagues. We work in the same publishing company. I work with a publishing company in Nigeria. That's the publishing company that published all my books.
Okay.
Yeah.
The company is in Nigeria.
Yes.
What's the name of the company?
It's called Pop Up
Okay.
Phoenix Awards Publications. Yeah.
How did you get in contact?
The person who reached out to me on Wattpad is the owner.
Okay.
So we started from a writing community, and then he was like, because as writers, we always have stories that we submit to traditional publishers, but we get rejected a lot. So he was like,
On what basis?
sometimes it's just not what they're looking for. Yeah, so every year they'll put out this thing, writers submit your books, we'll submit, and I'm sorry, we cannot accept your work. We went through that for 3 years. And so he was like, why don't we build our own publishing company? And right now I think we're almost 3 years old. It's doing really well. Yeah.
How is it being funded?
Well, he started really small. Right now, we have a lot of users, so people are buying books on the platform. I think he took a loan to start. He has an office now. We're printing hard copy books now. Yeah, really growing. He's been taking funds. We've been doing different programs to encourage people to join, and they're paying for writing ideas, writing so many things that we put together to be able to get funds to be able to continue. Yeah.
Okay. Proposals.
Yes.
Okay. Now, the books you wrote, Memories Lost, Beginning of the End, Back Home, Insomnia. How does one access your book?
Okay, right now we only have the Memories Lost series in Liberia. Next year I'm working on bringing Insomniac. So year by year we'll see what happens based on the reception of Liberians. Yeah, but I want to have all of my books on ground so that people can reach out to me and get them.
But do you have them maybe on some major platforms as well?
Yes, I have the Memories Lost series and the Insomniac book on Amazon. Yes, and then it's also on the Papa platform, all of them.
Have you started putting price to your book?
Yeah, I sell them.
Okay.
So the ones on Amazon, Insomniac is I think $7 or $11, 7 for the ebook and 11 for the hard copy, and then the Memories Lost I think is $10 and $5.
So you've begun reaping what you sold.
Not
enjoying
really.
the results of the effort?
Not really. Not
Okay.
as much as I want to. But I am accepting that I'm a growing author. So, yeah, I get really happy whenever I get royalties. Like, yeah, people are reading my books.
I know.
Yeah.
Okay, so there's something coming up. I'm sure you are planning an event where people will go and see your book, in the open, and people go to access and see it and ask about the price and maybe take copies as well. What is the event?
Okay, so we're supposed to have a book fair
Hmm?
on the 17th of December, but we might need to reschedule because we had a printing problem. Yeah, and the program, the event cannot go on right now, so we might postpone to January. Yeah, we had a lot of hitches. So we're going to let the public know when exactly the program is going to hold, but it cannot hold this Saturday.
Okay,
Yeah.
so that program has been postponed now.
Yes,
Okay,
yes,
to January.
yes.
Okay. Now, Madam Andy here, we really appreciate you being here. We'll be opening the lines very shortly, so that our listeners can interact with you. Again, age 24, right?
Yes.
And you are a growing and emerging female author. What is your message, especially to young people like you in your age group? What message have you? Because I'm so impressed that you've begun. Yes, I know, like you said, not fully and not, the way you want it, to begin enjoying, this, your sweat and your effort. It has not started coming yet in full, but I know in piecemeal you've begun receiving something. What message have you to your young friends, your colleagues, to also begin doing something that they can also, reap from?
Okay, my first message would be to read. Reading helps in any situation, no matter what, whether you want to pursue any passion of yours. It helps you to be on par with the rest of the world. So
Okay.
if you don't read, you won't be able to build something or develop something that other people from other countries can appreciate. The main thing that people say to me from different countries, like, I really relate to your books. People are relating from the States, from the UK, from China with my books because of my foundation as a reader, because of my foundation as somebody who has experienced things through books. The only country I've been to is Sierra Leone, and I went on a road trip. I've never been on a plane. I've never really gone anywhere, but I can speak to anyone from anywhere because of my reading foundation. So that's the first thing I would encourage people my age group and teenagers to read. It helps you to experience the world even while you're still in your own country.
You seem to have a lot of good ideas. Are you sometimes tutored by your mother?
All the time.
All of the time. I know, I know that. Now, let me look into your future a bit before I open the lines. If you were to be blessed to get a husband, maybe in the future to come, will you want to marry an author like you?
No,
Okay. Why?
no. Like I said before, authors are very chaotic people.
Okay.
So I would want a normal husband while I'm the abnormal one. I don't want both of us because if I marry an author, it will be chaos in the home. Sometimes when the ideas hit, it's like nothing else matters. You sit for 5, 6 hours behind your computer, so nothing happens. No cooking, no cleaning. Yeah, so I need a normal person who can who can handle the other things while I'm writing. Yeah.
Okay, I see. Well, I know. I'm so impressed. I'm so impressed by you, Andre, right? Dolphin, her. She's our guest here on the Super Morning Show this morning on the first lap of the program. She's a young, emerging Liberian author, female author, 24 years. She's written 6 books. You can begin putting your calls on 0776 540 987. Or better still, 0880 514 096. That's the numbers to call, and you are live on the SMS this morning. Again, 0880 514 096. Or better still, 0776 540 987. You call those numbers, You are live. Good morning. Oh, we missed this caller. The caller is off the line. 0776 540 or better still 0880 Good morning.
Morning.
Yes, how you doing?
I'm Orato Basiako, calling from Fanyama Lofa County.
Let's hear from you.
Yeah, I'm so impressed about that little girl. Still, will start bringing idea about being an author. I am so impressed. I would like to meet her. That's my mama. I will be coming to Morovia Friday. I would really like to see her in person to give her my own little support.
Okay, so when you come Friday, you call this number. Yeah, this number that you're calling.
Okay.
Okay, then we'll be able to get her number to you.
Yeah, I'm mother of a character. I really love her in person.
Okay, ma. Okay, many thanks. 0776 540 I'm sure we'll be taking sports any moment from now. But let's take this caller quickly. Good morning. Good morning. Yes, good morning, sir.
Okay, this is Lauren Mabo calling from the Fakandi Foya District 1, coordinator president. We are giving So, let me say hi to the studio guest. I said this morning, I feel within myself that a woman, a little girl should be my sister. Before the woman leaves the studio, now announce the mobile number. About who gets that when I go to Colorado, I will see her because I will not get a turn. But anything contribution to what our dream, so that Liberian girls can be somewhere. Look at the age she has, with determination she has. Madam, don't give up. All about will rally together, pray together that Ali, the politician will come around you to protect you and promote you. Thank you so much, Gabo.
Okay, many thanks also. Let's take this caller. Good morning. Good morning. Yes, good morning.
Good morning.
Yes, let's hear from you.
This is Sensi calling from Grand Bassa County.
Okay.
Oh, I'm so impressed by this little girl. You know, somehow we have a lot of PhDs in our country. Are you there?
Mm-hmm.
But she's just 24 years. She has brought 6 books already. Now, you have so many PhD, none can even say this is the book I have written or for the schools in Liberia. Nothing like that. I'm so impressed of her, and I want to tell her thank you so much, and God should carry her through, that she really do more than this. That she should give her friends, women or girls, encouragement to move forward.
Okay.
And other people to thank you so much.
Okay, many thanks. Let's take this caller. Good morning.
Good morning, sir. My name is Bele Gita, and I call you from Painesville.
Okay.
Yes, I'm very much moved this morning by your studio guest, and I would actually love her to leave her number so that we will be able to contact her. I'm a civil society actor, and we are into promoting the female leadership participation. So having a young lady coming up, and with this kind of talent in her, I think she needs some form of support. We will really ask every Liberian to rally around this little girl and make her somebody productive in Liberia. Thank you so much.
Many thanks. There's other callers on the line. Quickly, let me take this caller. Good morning. Good morning. Okay, I missed this one. Let me take this one. Good morning. Good morning.
Yeah. Papa, good morning.
Yes, good morning, sir.
Yeah, this is Reverend Festus Logan.
Yes, sir.
I am impressed. Indeed, there are talents in Liberia. There are indeed talents in Liberia. These are things some of us really like to follow. And instead of the normal politics, proceeding and the young lady in studio to be an author of 4 books is beyond words. And Madam, I want to say thank you so much. This car is not your limit. You are above this car. You're going to go beyond this star, and nations will feel your writing. We'll get a number from Sobo, and we'll get in contact. God bless you so much.
Okay, many thanks. So let me take the sports, and then I come back, open the lines for our guest here, and then at 9 o'clock we'll let her go. Michael, we are here to bring us sports. Michael, good morning.
So, it is not a good news for former county-made champions, Montserrado County. We are receiving reports that the former Montserrado County national county-made champions says it is putting out of the upcoming national county-made event. The superintendent of the county, Florence Brandy, told ELBC that the county is unable to participate in the competition in Maryland because the legislative caucus of the county has turned their back on the county. Superintendent Brandy also said the lack of funding and the deplorable road condition in the southeast are key contributing factors, forcing their hands to pull out of the competition. Montserrado is paired in Group D against host Maryland and Grand Crew counties, with matches kicking off this Sunday in their respective group. Croatia and Argentina will take to the pitch this Tuesday in Doha, Qatar to book a place in the final of the FIFA Football Jamboree. Both teams will clash in the first semi-final match later this evening. On tomorrow, Tuesday, Africa's only representatives, the Atlas Lions of Morocco and defending champions France, will sort things out in the second semis. The winners from both encounters will play the grand final this Sunday. Head coach Matthew Udutwe of Marteborough is nearing the firing line. According to some officials of the association, the poor run of form of the Rollers Honor coach Matthew Udutwe could cause his sacking. The Honor fired manager in recent weeks lost heavily to Jubilee FC 2-5 and went down to Neymar Quadro 2-4 respectively. Our sources have also informed our sports department that the leadership of the association headed by former House Speaker Ellis Tyler is losing patience with their coach. And Maryland County Mobilization Committee says it has mobilized fans and supporters to stand behind their team. Mobilization Committee Chair Lily Aramita Totman also said the caucus of the county has committed supporting the county to the fullest. Speaking recently to ELBC, Madam Totman maintained that the committee has begun receiving donations from Marylanders outside of the county. Maryland kicks off their campaign this Sunday against Grand Crew County, which is said to be stuck in the mud while en route to Maryland County. And so, but that's it.
Many thanks, Michael. Many thanks. We really appreciate your time this morning.
You're welcome.
Okay, so you're listening to the SMS. You just heard it. Sports. We continue taking calls. Our studio guest is still here. She's Andre Daphne Hale. She's a young female author. She's written 6 books. She's still in our studio. Let's put our calls continuously up to 9 o'clock so that you can hear from Daphne. If you do have any question, she'll be able to answer your question. 0776-540-987 or better still 0880-514-096. That's the numbers to call. Again, 0776-540-987 or better still 0880-514-096. You can call those numbers and you are live on the SMS this morning. Good morning.
Yeah, good morning.
Yes, sir.
I am David Leading, principal calling from Palaswa Community in Bali this morning.
Okay.
Yes, for what that little girl doing, I really admire her. I think really she needs support.
Okay, she needs support. Many thanks. You made a point already. Good morning. Let's take this other caller. Good morning.
Yes, good morning, Mr. Sobo.
Yes, sir.
This is Pascal Tito. I join you from FBROC.
Let's hear from you.
Mr. Sobo, I'm so impressed this morning with your studio guest, a very young and energetic woman. To see her moving such a fast, it brings absolutely proud to me as a Liberian. To tell you how talented our Liberians are, they need the help and cooperation from many well Liberians and government. I would also want to just encourage her to keep up the good work, that she will be able to put Liberia on the map. Thank you ever so much for giving me the time.
Many thanks as well. Good morning.
Good morning. How are you, Chief?
I'm okay.
Yeah, this is Ishmael Isaac James. Let's call me Maryland for Unity, and I'm calling you from Full Alpha County, Liberia.
Let's hear from you, sir.
Thank you so much. Let me appreciate our our studio guest actually let that woman keep on doing what she is doing. Actually, she said something in the beginning that the parents should actually be actually threatening children. It is true. Sometimes most of our children, why they can go astray, especially the girls' children, it's true from their parents. When you see a child doing something, call them and encourage them and tell them the effect of it and the effect. So actually, let she keep on what she's doing. One day, God bless her. Thank you so much, Mr. Sobo.
Many thanks also. Good morning. Good morning. Good morning.
Hello?
Yes, good morning.
Yes, good morning, Sir John. This is Abenigo Esne. I'm calling you from Tottenham.
Let's hear from you, Abenigo.
Well, I listened to the studio guest this morning, the young pastor, and I really feel good this morning. I really want to encourage her. Let her keep on the hard work. You know, her books, her SOG was very, very much good. And I really feel that kind of spirit in me that I should be more than her or like her, something like that, you know. I mean, I really want to be just like her because myself, when I'm in high school, I thought of doing that, but then I couldn't really see my way. So I just let it. But I listened to her this morning. I started feeling motivated and more that I actually want to start to do what she is actually doing. So I really want to commend her this morning for her, for her hard work, for what she has started doing, and let her continue her work until she can end it. Thank you so much.
Many thanks. 0776-540-987 or better still 0880-514-096. Good morning.
Good morning, Mr. George.
Yes, sir.
My name is Sibley Weir from Bond County, but I'm calling currently from around the CSA Road.
Let's hear from you.
Like other callers have said, I think the author in studio is not just only a motivation. She has passed, apart from being an author, even her language, her diction on the radio this morning seriously motivates any young person. And I will also want to appreciate her parents, because those parents were a serious motivation to her, and I hope other parents who are listening to her will also try to guide our younger generation. It is my hope that the Ministry of Education or other NGOs who are in education and motivational issues will work with her to serve as a motivation to our younger generation, especially a Liberian female, hearing that she has now gotten on plane to go to any country before, but just by reading and putting her attention to what she does, is able to be right in this country like Liberia, that everybody feels that nothing good can come out of. To reach the level she is, I'm so impressed this morning, and I'd like to say to her kudos. And like somebody said, it's also important that you announce your mobile number so that people who have small little support to all your projects can try to send some support to you. Thank you so much. I'm so impressed.
Many thanks. I think I got the professor, Dr. Ansu Soni. He's the Minister of Education. He's now on the line. Professor Soni, good morning and welcome.
Yeah, thank you very much, Sobo. To say I'm impressed is an understatement. I would like to have an appointment with her, and let me just let everybody know she's not a little girl. That's a young woman. Nobody's on the phrase a little girl. Of course, that's a Liberian contest, but that's a young woman. So I just want to let her know we can make an appointment with her over George anytime, either Thursday or Friday this week, through my special assistant, so we can see her personally. I need to introduce her to some of the assistant ministers responsible for basic and other aspects of education, so that they can try to see what contributions she can make to the entire platform. But let me just quickly leave this. She did not get that far by chance. Parents have to get involved. There are many of our parents who will not even try to get just a textbook for their kids. I want to encourage you. You got to prep the children to become what they want to be. Thank you very much. Just square my appointment for me anytime Thursday or Friday at the Ministry of Education. I'm normally in the office by 9:30 latest. and she can come to see me. Thank you. Bye-bye.
Many thanks, bros. Many thanks. We really appreciate your time this morning. 0776 540 or better still 0880 514 We take 3 more calls and we'll wrap it up quickly. 0776 540 or better still 0880 514 That's the number to call and to alive right here on the SMS. Let's take this caller on the line. Good morning. Good morning.
Good morning, Sabo.
Yes, good morning, sir.
This is Ceci calling you from Grand Bassa County.
Okay.
Thank God for Radio Matching and relaying the program. Matching FM in Buchanan City.
Okay.
We are grateful to them. But I want to ask my sister in studio, will the sales of the book be extended in the rural area, because Monrovia is not like rural. So I want to know that from her.
Okay.
And I want to tell her, thank you so much. As little as she is, she has put on 6 volumes already outside. 6. And this is where our government will kind of really support. I know they will do that. Because we are so proud of her as a librarian and our sister. And that's an encouragement to the girls that are also coming out. It should be an example to her. And time will come that she will put library on my board. Then I'll tell her whether the book sale will be extended to the rural area. Thank you.
Okay, sure, answer that. I'll take one more call and I'll wrap it up quickly. This caller is on the line. Good morning.
Yeah, good morning.
Yes, sir. Let's hear from you.
Okay, my name is Moses Sagla from Maggie. Yeah, actually, I'm very inspired by the lady, especially our age range or our peers to be, taking up those steps to say yes. Reading such a books, yeah, I feel impressed. And I just want to encourage her. Yeah, you should not for stopping point, but rather to stir out a blood for her to stay on so she can continue. So thank you ever so much. I highly appreciate it.
Okay, many thanks. This other texter said, good morning to our studio guest. I am a young, he didn't say what is a young female or the male, but I have not published any book yet. I was inspired by you this morning, and I would love you to please give your phone number. Let's take the last caller quickly, and I'll wrap it up. Good morning.
Yeah, good morning.
Yes, good morning, sir.
Good morning.
Mm-hmm.
Yes, thank you ever so much. I'm Edie Red, and I do call from Buchanan Grand Bassa County.
Okay.
Yeah, I want to appreciate your studio guests ever so much. Right? Is the girl the author, right?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. I'm so inspired by her. Yeah, as I did sit in my room and listen to the media educating and giving us detail about our book, but especially like the first book she did mention, Lost Memory.
Okay.
Yeah, and coming back to the next book saying that back home, right? Yeah, so I just get the detail, the book, and it just coming from the understanding she I really admire her. I want to applaud her, but I want to give you the advice. I listened to most of the quarter, and I'm just asking for, I don't want that you people should just like publish her number, like, but I wanted to be like process. Just as you did say, the woman did call from Lofa and asking for a number that it should be like you people on the studio. Yeah, to really stay in that gap on behalf of parent and that of her.
Okay.
People can locate, you people, the studio can locate her through the media. The media should be the one to locate her. But I don't want her to just publish her number to the audience. That's my little pieces of advice I want to leave with the station.
Okay, let me squeeze this caller in. Good morning.
Yeah, good morning.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, I'm Leseti Andrew, one of the PWDs in Foya District, Lofa County. Yeah, this morning I want to appreciate the studio guest. Yeah, really, we are impressed of her, coming with this great dream. And we hope that the government should look after her for her dream to be brighter and brighter for Mama Liberia. Thank you very much, baby, and keep on pushing up your dream. We'll help you in prayer. Thank you.
Okay. Many thanks. Well, we're not taking calls anymore. I'm sure you have a few questions that you want to answer. Somebody did ask. Okay, so you can go ahead quickly so we can let you go.
Yeah, so concerning having the books in other counties, we are working on that, and we're also planning county book tours to carry the book as many counties as possible.
Okay, any parting comment?
I am overwhelmed this morning by the many callers and appreciation and things. And I really want to say thank you to every person who has listened in this morning. I am very appreciative. I am going to do my best to continue to put us, Liberia, on the map and encourage young girls to pursue their passion.
Many thanks. She's Andre Daphne Hearn, or you can call her Andy Hearn. Andy, thank you very much. We really appreciate you this morning. And we wish you well. We wish you successful in doing what you are called to do. We really, we are impressed this morning as an entity, as an institution. The management wants to say, we thank you and we'll continue to support you in whatever way that you want our support. You are free anytime to come and make use of our platform.
Thank you, sir.
Okay.